Sure guys, welcome to another gardening video on my channel. My name is Spunks. The sun is shining. Can you feel? Ooh, sun. Welcome to another video. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, you know, a beautiful week. I hope everything is copacetic. Okay? So in the video today, I'm gonna show you 13 herbs that you can grow in spring because I'm excited, guys. I have to make all the videos because I'm excited. I'm excited for spring. So I thought, you know what, let me do some more things that you can plant in spring. And I wanted to do herbs because, guys, I feel like herbs are underrated. Herbs are underrated. They don't get the love that they should. And I wanted to do it because having a herb patch or just having herbs in general can be such a nice addition to the garden. And what I also like is that they're perennial, so you just plant them once and then you can just leave them. You come and you just trim off some things. They're just a really nice accessory to have in the garden. So we're gonna go through the 13 herbs that you should grow in spring. So yeah guys, so first we're gonna start with my most favorite of favorite herbs, and that's lemon balm. Now lemon balm is my favorite herb because of how good it smells. Oh guys, in your life you have to smell lemon balm once in your life. Just once in your life you have to smell this thing. Oh, it's the best smell the world has ever created. Well, what I really like and kind of sometimes don't really like about it, it grows like a weed. This thing will not stop growing. I mean, it's literally everywhere in this patch, and that it just grows vigorously. But this is a great herb to have in the garden, and I would definitely recommend every gardener in the world to have this. Lemon balm is great to put in teas. You can literally just chop off the leaves and then dip it in tea, and it just adds it adds another flavor, you know. And guys, I'm telling you, if you're gonna take one thing away from this video, it's to grow lemon balm, lemon beezes. And then that brings me to parsley. Parsley is also a great one to be grown in spring. This one also will take over your garden. One thing that I've always struggled with is knowing the difference between coriander and parsley. And how you can tell the difference is with parsley, the leaves are a lot sharper and a lot smaller. But as with coriander, they are a lot wider. So they're a bit more chubs. They're more chubby, the coriander leaves. So if you were having trouble with that, you know, just, yeah, that's a nice way to identify. If you want to grow these herbs, but you still want to have space for other stuff, and you don't want them to take over the patch or the garden, you can literally grow them in containers, and they will and then put that container in the ground, and then they won't be able to send out their roots, their main roots that like spread. They won't be able to send that out because they will be in the container, but they will be able to still survive within or thrive within that container. So speaking of coriander, that's the next crop. Coriander, I haven't grown coriander. I think I definitely have tried growing coriander, but I haven't had success. But as you know, it has flatter leaves, and is a much darker tone as compared to parsley. And that's one of the crops that grow perfectly in the spring. So definitely, you know what to do. You must get that started, coriander. This brings me to the next crop, which is sage. Sage is another one that's perfect to start in spring. And sage is really a nice it's a nice herb to also grow alongside tomatoes. I'm actually growing sage as a companion to the tomatoes. Yeah, sage has a very pungent smell. It can also be dried, and also used as an incense, or to clear the space, or to just cleanse the air around you. And yeah, sage. Another crop that's great to interplant with tomatoes is basil. Basil is another one that I've had problems with, but they are great to grow in spring. And I think the best way, if you're having problems growing them, the best way is to start them in containers, or actually even get them started already, buy them when they're already started. I think then you'll have a higher success rate. I definitely want to grow basil. Basil is another one that you can put in a container and then put it in the garden, and then you don't have to be worried about the fact that it might take over the garden. Basil is a must-have. And then we have ginger. Now ginger, guys, you see, again, something is telling me this year that I have to grow ginger. Definitely this year I'm gonna be growing ginger. I actually want to try growing ginger from ginger itself, because I've actually grown ginger from an old ginger root. All you gotta do is just plant that root whole in the garden, and then ginger will grow. And I really like the leaves of ginger. They look nice. It's a very unique herb, and definitely I would recommend ginger. It's probably one of the best herbs that has antioxidant properties. So definitely ginger. The next herb that you should be growing in spring is chives. Now these are garlic chives. I'm not so sure how well they do in spring, like starting them in spring, but chives, I just had to have a visual. And here are a variety of chives. They definitely grow really nice in spring, and it's a really nice plant to have in the garden. I've heard that garlic chives are good at chasing away snakes. So if you have a problem there, maybe you can just sprinkle some chives or grow some chives in your garden. Moving on, we have rosemary and thyme. And I put these together because these two I've had some frustrations with. And since I've started gardening, I've always wanted to grow them for different reasons. So basically, let me say, with rosemary is great as a cleanser. It's good to like dry out and then use to cleanse the air. You can use it for cleansing oils, and just like how sage works. And I've always wanted to grow it, but I haven't been able to. And I think the best way to get success for both of these is to start them indoors and then bring them outside. If you guys have any tips on how I can successfully grow both of these, put it in the comments, and yeah man, you'll be helping me a lot. And thyme, you can actually get it started now indoors. Right now you can get it started, so do the things. And then another one is fennel. And fennel is another great herb to be growing in spring. I've never grown fennel, but my aunt always recommends that I grow fennel because it's such an easy plant to look after. It doesn't really need much care, and once you have it in the ground, it's very easy to take care of. And also in South Africa, it grows really well. So definitely fennel is one. And then we have dill and oregano. Now I'll put these two together because they both can be started right now indoors. I would definitely recommend growing those. I don't really have much experience in growing dill or oregano. If you guys know any tips or you have grown it, let me know, and maybe we'll put it in the herb patch. And then last but not least, we have borage. It sounds nice, right? Borage. That's also a great herb to be grown in spring. I don't really know much about borage, and what I really like about these videos, let me tell you guys, what I really like about these videos is that it's helping me in also expanding the herbs that I plant. And I just, I have to say thank you to you guys for actually inspiring me to want to research and to know what plants would be perfect to grow in spring. It encourages me to grow things that I wouldn't usually, and also just not to stick in the same box of growing the same herbs or the generic ones. So yeah guys, that's the list and my little TED talk. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and you better be growing some herbs. I want to see every one of you guys have a herb patch, and then you must tell me my video inspired you guys. Yeah guys, so I love you all. You must all have a beautiful day going forward, and I'll see you in my next video. Love, peace, grow something.